It's a great day for Blood Bowl, and here I am playing Carl's High Elves. He had quite a few inducements here. He got Prince Moranion, who's a great star player, and he also got a Wizard and a couple of dirty trick cards. Now this setup I'm running here, I don't do this too much anymore. What it's kind of designed to do for Elves is force them down the sidelines. It's very hard for a far side to defend that sort of thing. But that's sort of not the point. I mean, I'm going to make him roll a bunch of 2+ in order to score. However, just because of the nature of the setup, he is going to have to pretty much score on that turn 2, which is what I'm after. So, hey, he fails a 2+ with a reroll, then I'm laughing. But most likely he is going to score, but I'm therefore going to have 7 turns to run that ball up and score back, hopefully storing on the last turn. That's pretty much what happens. I mean, I put a diving tackler next to his monstrosity, strength 4, agility 5 guy. Can't move him out of the way, but he leaps over and scores. So that's that. Now I, still pretty confident. I form up a cage pretty easily on that first turn. And look, I slowly drive it backwards. That's the plan. Not allowing any openings. He tries to pressure the ball. He does that thing that Elves do where they dodge out. They allow you to advance up 1 square at a time. Because of all my stand firm, I do that pretty well. So right here he's unleashed his Wizard. I really hate them holding on to Wizards, your opponents, because you never know when they're going to hit you. Late in the half, maybe you've got no rerolls. So try and draw it out early when you can deal with it. That being said, I think I gave him way too many targets in. I mean, I gave him 6 targets in a 9-square region. He hit 3 of them, which is average. Just very fortunate he didn't hit the ball carrier. And the ones that he did hit were in such a manner that I still have a cage around the ball. So no one got stunned. So all in all, I'm pretty fortunate here. His fireball hasn't done too much, despite it hitting 3 people, which usually would be quite good. Actually makes me wonder if I should do that more often. I offer a whole bunch of targets, but if you're only hitting half of them, there's probably going to be a fairly decent cage there. Not so certain, of course. He knocks that ball down. He's got agility 5. He's got leap. He's going to end up taking that ball away from me, and I don't want that. So I think that was a mistake, but in any event, it's worked out pretty well for me. Look, I can't crack any of the armor. I get someone knocked out. He actually fouls me and manages to get himself banned. And here he leaps in and does a 2-die block, which is uphill. So I just choose to push back, and I've got sure hands, I've got dodge. He did have tackle, but even so, a 2-die uphill block in that sort of arrangement is going to be fairly unlikely. I get his strength 4, agility 5 monstrosity down. I think pretty soon I foul him and get him knocked out. There we go. And look, from there, he's going to really struggle to defend. All that stand firm, block, all that strength. I'm moving up 1 square at a time, and I think here he manages to dodge and fall down straight away, which just allows me to run it out. There we go, and he seriously injures himself, which is good. And look, I mean, I've got the ball protected. I'm scoring on turn 8. He's only getting 1 lot of KO rolls. I knock a third person out, but unfortunately they come back. And that's the end of the first half. It's 1-1. The plan simply is to score at the end of the half. Throw a rock. Responsible for killing more Black Orcs of mine than any others. Apothecary fails. What sort of kickoff result is that? I mean, come on. Not only that, but he's got a very deep kick, which is going to make it hard for me to form that cage straight away. I think I'm pretty honest in saying that, especially back then, but even now, this is my weakness, is defending these deep kicks. I've not got anyone back there. These days, I'd probably put one of my agility 4s who can pick up the ball and hand it off or do a 2+ pass, so I can run the ball carrier up. But I haven't done it there. That being said, he doesn't have the type of speed needed to really influence me too much, but he does, run a few high elves there in between. And this is just to try to stop my cage forming. So, look, I get away from the old Prince Moranion with block, tackle, and wrestle. Oh, bam, just killed someone. That's great. It's just a loner. Maybe makes up for the Black Orc. I hand it off to an agility 4 blitzer of mine. And, yeah, look, I've got no problem. moving. That being said, he uses his, leap, dodge, agility 5 person just to go wherever he wants because they're impossible to contain. He does a 1-die block and gets both down. So because of his wrestle, the ball bounces straight on the prone body, bounces straight back. Guess where it's going to bounce next? Straight onto my Black Hawk, who somehow manages to catch it on a 6+, and then he fails his next dodge roll. So not the greatest play by me, certainly not the worst. I mean, he couldn't. I don't think he could have done much with that ball, and I've still got the agility 4 all around it. But in any event, it's worked out pretty well. It's bounced onto my Black Hawk, and I'm going to throw some blocks, but I'm not going to have much of a problem caging up. That's what I do. I keep fouling this strength 4 agility 5 player of his. He's way too good. He manages to do a both down, a 2-die block uphill again against me, but he can't do anything. Makes a lot of dodge rolls here and fall over. Now, one thing I'd say is whenever you do get a low agility person marked, everyone's very tempted to blitz, but don't be fooled. A handoff like that is generally speaking your best option. I mean, I've not blitzed with him to make any troubles. He doesn't have sidestep, but that happens all the time. But at the end of the day, I've not proved a problem to cage up. And look, I continue to knock people out. It's now 6 versus 9, and he's going to have a real problem defending me. I'm pretty stoked here. Now around about this point, he plays his last dirty trick, which is stolen playbook. I remember having to pause the game for ages to try to find what it does. It gives someone, shadowing and pass block, 2 very useless skills. Really, he didn't get much help there. Not really worth even thinking of. And look, I mean, I'm doing a good job protecting the ball. He's now losing players and players. He's hemorrhaging players, and this is exactly how so many of these Orc versus Elves games go. Is that you end up winning 2-1 by simply grinding. I remove another player. He's now got 4. I make some mistakes here. I start blocking Prince Moranian and pushing him towards the ball, which isn't the smartest thing to do since he is, got strength 4. But I guess I want him linked up there. In any event, he dodges. He can't do much, and I get another player off. It's now versus 3. So, look, I'm certainly going to win this. I'm pretty stoked with myself and my excellent coaching. I foul. Don't get the person down. I don't even crack that armor. So then what do? Move it up and watch this turn unfold. He is agility 5, so he leaps over, makes a single dodge, then comes there as an assist. Moranian, off he goes. Now I do have a diving tackler on him, which is why I guess I was so confident to keep pushing him towards the ball, but that still is only a 4+. Away he goes on a 2+ dodge there, which he fails and uses a team reroll. Comes up to there, 2 go for it, and bam, gets me down. Not only does he get me down, he pushes me into the crowd, throws the ball, bounces out again, and ends up here. Now, I've got a single turn. I do have a reroll to try and score here, and I have 2 agility 4 blitzers, both within range of the ball and both within range of the end zone. So I have 2 options here. The first thing you might think is a handoff. Well, I can easily make a handoff here. However, that's going to require 2 go for it. So I've got a 2+ pickup, 2 2+ go for it, and 1 2+ handoff. Or, get used to this as an Orc, you can simply use your agility 4 to make a quick pass. So that's only 3 2+. So that's easy. Now he moves someone in range of the tackle zone, being a bit optimistic. But I'm onto it. I'm just simply going to grab the ball, pass, 3 2+ to score. Now, do you remember when I said pass block was a useless skill and it wasn't worth remembering? I certainly didn't remember it. And watch what happens here. I go to throw the ball. He now has an agility 5 person with pass block who makes a whole bunch of very easy 2+ dodges to put himself within range of intercepting, which he does. Now, he doesn't have any rerolls left, but I've gone from instantly winning this game to looking very much like I could lose it. The best I can hope for is a draw, and I can't do much about it. So he expertly 2-die pushes me away. Off he goes. It's going to be a 2+ throw and a 3+ catch, and I've really managed to choke badly on this. Fortunately, bam! A Black Hawk manages to make an 8+ intercept, and I tie the game 1-all. Very fortunate, thanks to some poor coaching on my behalf, and look, it was a great game. We still laugh about it to this day. Carl likes to joke that ball got stuck in the spike of the Blackhawks helmet. And that was the game. It opened my game 2 of Premier. I now had 2 draws. So this is DDS signing off, and just remember that guard conquers all.